I'm giving you the 10 things you need to know before moving to Phoenix, Arizona, starting now. What's up, everybody? I'm Caitlin McKegg. I'm a realtor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and today I am talking about the 10 things that you need to know before you decide to move to Phoenix. If this is your first time to my channel, feel free to subscribe below. I post videos every Friday, and you don't want to miss what I'm posting every week. Also, if you like what I'm posting, don't forget to like or comment so I can respond to your comments and answer your questions. Okay, I have so many people reach out to me with questions. They're considering moving to Phoenix, they don't know the area, and they don't know what to expect. And so these are the 10 things I think you need to know before moving to Phoenix. And these are based on the most popular questions that I get from buyers moving to Phoenix and just to Arizona from out of state. Number one, it's no secret, but number one is it gets hot. Yes, it gets really hot here in Phoenix. That's not a lie. It definitely gets hot in the summer, but it also gets cold. So in the winter months, it does cool down. We even have some nights that get down to freezing and below. There's also areas of the valley that get colder temperatures, like North Scottsdale and Cave Creek, and even get snow sometimes. Very rarely, and it never sticks, but we do get snow in those areas, or at least heavy hail or slush. So don't throw out your winter jacket before moving out here because you might need it on a few of those colder days. But yes, number one thing you need to know, it does get hot in Phoenix. So be prepared. Number two, Phoenix is not very much a walkable city. You can walk around in the downtown area and walk to places and perhaps work if you live in that area. And there are some areas of South Scottsdale that you can walk around pretty easily. But aside from that, you're not going to be commuting very often by walking from place to place. I recommend that you have a car, or if you rely on public transportation, there is bus systems, there is a light rail. However, it does not span the whole valley. So you'll find yourself probably looking for another way to get around. So keep in mind, Phoenix is not walkable for the most part. Number three, there are bugs. Yes, we don't have the same kinds of bugs that you have in the Midwest or on the East Coast, but we do have bugs here. You can expect to see scorpions. Not every house gets scorpions, and you don't always see them everywhere you go, but you will find scorpions in the Phoenix area. It just is what it is. We also get mosquitoes. You're not getting away from those anytime soon. However, they're not quite as large or as aggressive as it sounds like they are in other parts of the country. So yes to mosquitoes, not necessarily seeing them in your backyard every day, but you will encounter mosquitoes here in Arizona. Spiders, crickets, beetles, centipedes, probably some bugs you've never seen before. We do have bugs here, but where doesn't have bugs? Okay, number four, no basements. Well, at least most places don't have basements. You see basements everywhere in the Midwest, but here there's no basements. So don't be looking for one when you move here. There are very rare homes with basements or some tri-level homes that have some sort of a basement, but for the most part, you're not gonna find homes with basements here. Number five, yes, there is traffic, and yes, it can suck. Like any city, it depends on what direction you're commuting, how far you're going, the time of day you're commuting, but we do get traffic on the freeways and the same on the side streets. So knowing what your commute is going to look like is important. Knowing where your job is located and where you want to live will help you understand what kind of commute you can expect and what kind of traffic you can sit in every day. Have you ever heard of a snowbird? This happens often in Phoenix. Another thing you can expect. We call them snowbirds. They're seasonal travelers that come to Phoenix and to Arizona in general every winter, usually sometime between September through April or May. to escape the cold in the Midwest and East Coast and enjoy our beautiful weather here in Phoenix. We welcome them with open arms. However, it does affect the traffic, the restaurants, and basically anything you want to do gets just a little bit busier in the winter months when the snowbirds are here. So number 5, we do have snowbirds. Number 6, it does rain here. So you will still see rain when you move to Arizona. Don't think you're escaping it. However, it does not come quite as often as I'm sure what you're used to in other areas. And when it rains, it pours. So oftentimes we'll get a downpour that results in a flash flood because our ground just isn't ready to absorb all the water that comes from some of these heavy rains. Other times it's just sprinkling and it passes through in minutes. So you never really know what to expect. The weather can be all over the place in terms of rain and storms here, but Arizona does get rain. Number 7, don't expect every house to have solar panels and don't expect every house to have a pool. Yes, we have tons of sun here, and yes, it gets hot, but not every house has a pool, and we aren't using solar on every house and every building here in Arizona. Although it's probably a good idea to start eventually. We get so many days of sunlight that it would make perfect sense for us to use solar panels on everything, but we're not quite there yet. If you are interested in having solar panels on your house, you can find some for sale that already have them installed, whether they're leased or whether they're purchased. Additionally, after you purchase a home, you can add on solar panels if you choose to. Lots of homes have pools. More homes have pools here compared to other areas of the country, I'm sure, but not every single house has a pool. So you do have a choice. If you don't care for a pool, you can find homes without them and they're a little bit more affordable. But if you do want a pool, there are lots of options. Just don't expect to come out here and find a pool in the backyard of every house you walk into. Number 9, I hope you like the outdoors because we sure do a lot of things outdoors here in Phoenix, especially when the weather's nice. Now in the summer, we all stay hibernated a little bit in the air conditioning, but in the rest of the year, when the weather is perfect, you can expect everyone to be out walking, hiking, running, taking dogs to the dog park, golf, hanging out at parks, playing sports, and just sitting on a patio enjoying a cocktail. We do so much outside for the majority of the year. So if you're a homebody and you don't like getting any fresh air, you may not like Arizona because that's a huge part of our culture here. Okay, and number 10, the 10th thing you need to know before moving to Arizona is it's not just dirt and rocks. We do have plants here, we do have green here, and for some reason, people picture this place as just a desolate desert without any greenery. There's tons of greenery. The desert is beautiful in its own way. We have a lot of cacti, we have different types of trees that are green, and you know what? Even trees that grow where you're from grow here too often. We have trees that are bushy and green in the summer and then lose their leaves in the fall, just like you're used to. If you want to see pine trees, there's pine trees in the desert, believe it or not. There's pine trees landscaped throughout Phoenix, and you can take a quick ride up to the mountains to get the view of pine trees and forest. There's parts of Arizona that you wouldn't even recognize as Arizona because they look like more of a forest than a desert. You also might be surprised that we have lots of grassy lawns and big palm trees, so if you're expecting just dirt and rocks, you better change your mindset because there's plenty of greenery here in Arizona. Okay, so those are the 10 things that I think you need to know before you move to Arizona. Quick recap. Number 1, it's hot, but it also gets cold. Number 2, it's not a walkable city. You're going to need some sort of transportation. Number 3, we do have bugs. I'm sorry. Number 4, there's no basements, but also no tornadoes. Number 5, there's traffic. Number 6, we have seasonal snowbirds that make everything a little bit busier in the winter than things are in the summer. Number 7, we do get rain, and when it rains, it pours. Number 8, not every house has solar panels, nor do they have a pool. Number 9, I hope you like the outdoors because we spend a lot of time out there here in Phoenix. And finally, number 10, you better change your perception of the desert because it's more than just dirt and rocks. All right, so I hope that information was helpful for you as you're considering moving to Phoenix. For more information about moving to Phoenix, check out my videos linked below where I talk more about moving to Phoenix and the lifestyle here. As always, if there's anything that I can do to answer your questions, help you and point you in the right direction, or help you buy a house, you can reach out to me anytime. I'm Caitlin McKegg with Berkshire Hathaway. Thank you for watching.